Dude, you have no idea what it's like to suffer. My family has nothing because your family has everything.
I suffer too, okay? I cut my allowance in half. I donate to charities online. I even have my limo driver drop me 2 blocks away so I won't be seen by you
That is
guys.
so brave. What's your limo driver's name?
Guess what's going on here?
He's trying to say that just because I'm richer than him, his family's poor and it's my fault.
I feel like we all just need to chill, bros. Does anybody want to try my kombucha? It's got CBD oil in it.
No one wants your kombucha, dude.
I actually happen to agree with
Me.
Jake. And that's the scary part. And it's probably also the reason why I think we've got a lesson that we need to talk about here.
Great, thanks a lot. Now I'm never gonna get to know which Riverdale character that I most like.
The dumb one.
How many of you really think that Ben should feel guilty for being wealthy? And now, how many of you think that because Ben's family has more, then families like Alex's must have less? Oh boy. Okay, it's definitely time for a lesson in where money comes from. Guys, that idea, it's so antiquated. I mean, that dates back to like medieval times.
That's my favorite restaurant. I go there every Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm talking the real medieval times. When wealth was measured by land, so sure, if I had a castle on 10,000 acres, then I had to take that 10,000 acres from somebody else. And then, sure, fast forward a little bit, when we were on the gold standard, which meant that there was only so much money in circulation based on how much gold was actually in reserves. I guess in that case, if I had a $10 bill, then sure enough, somebody was literally without a $10 bill. But today's different. We can print as much money as we see fit. So there's literally an infinite amount of wealth available to create.
But isn't that chaos? That means money is only worth what we decide it is.
I guess if I'm really being honest with you, it could be chaos.
Oh God, no.
But I'll tell you what, it's the world that we live in right now. You guys can generate as much wealth as you learn to create. Wealth is created, not transferred. Let's say you guys bought 1 share of Apple stock, and it was $200 when you bought it. Now, the brand new iPhone comes out, right? And everyone's talking about it, because it's the best iPhone yet, and everybody wants one, and they're standing in lines outside the Apple stores. So that Apple stock goes from $200 where you bought it up to $300. You just created $100 of brand new wealth out of thin air. Yet you didn't have to steal it. You didn't have to cheat somebody out of it. Just because I have a $10 bill no longer means that somebody else is missing one.
Okay, so we're not taking money away from anybody, but shouldn't we still feel guilty because we have so much and some people have like nothing?
Great question, but no, not at all. I do not want you to feel guilty for the gifts and the surroundings that you have. But instead, I want you to see them as inspiration that helps you, I don't know, climb higher up the mountain so you can turn around and then help somebody else up. It is our responsibility to do our part in creating an excess of wealth so that we can pass it on to the people who really need it but can't create it for themselves. So no, don't feel guilty for having money. Feel guilty if you have the financial ability to make a difference and you choose not to. It's probably something for you guys to think about till next week. Go ahead.
Next on Smarter Not Harder, Lacey decides to help out someone in need.
Kylie Jenner?
And Jake cracks the code to a fulfilling life.
Being born in some dope family with all the right stuff?
Then Chris delivers a surprising lesson.
Anyone from any kind of background can be successful.
Money on my mind, a great deal of it will fix me all I've ever desired. The money on my